When it comes to fighting games, DLC season is probably the next big thing after launch because everyone wants to know who is coming to their favorite fighting game. With Tekken 8 so far, Eddy is our first and only character announced for Season 1, but we still have 3 more characters to be announced. So, let's make a prediction list. For this list, I will only be talking about characters that should be returning, so characters that already exist within the Tekken franchise. I think it's very important for this first season to mostly focus on legacy characters in the franchise, but don't you guys worry, we have a guest character video in the works as well. Now to go ahead and get this out of the way, I want to let you guys know that this video will be consisting of my personal predictions. These are characters that I specifically want to come back in Tekken 8, but I would love to hear your guys' list in the comments below. I know a lot of you guys are bigger Tekken fans than me, so I already know your lists are going to be crazy in the comments. But to get this video started, I want to get him and bring back the bad boy himself, one of the main characters that I wanted in Tekken 8 from the start. Miguel is one of the most beloved newcomers in the Tekken franchise, so it should be no surprise that I wanted him to be in the list. I mean, not only did I want him, but everybody on social media are really surprised that Miguel didn't make it over Shahid. Miguel is just one of the coolest characters that the Tekken franchise has ever made because he's a cool ass hothead with such a grimy fighting style, and I honestly just want to see how they'll be able to expand upon that within Tekken 8. If y'all don't know me, I just love characters that fight like street brawlers. I mean, bro really just pulls up on anybody he sees and just he just be throwing the motherfucker, and I just think his fighting style looks so clean, even though technically his fighting style is described as he doesn't have one. Also, I'm pretty sure that Miguel still has a lot of unfinished business to handle with Jin, and since this game is completely centered around Jin, it just makes sense to add one of the characters who has the biggest grudge against him back into the roster. Next, we have one of Tekken's other newest newcomers within the franchise, and I think that she deserves another chance to be a part of a Tekken roster. I'm pretty sure a lot of people liked her as well, so yep, you guys already know I am talking about that girl, Lydia Sobieska. Lydia was one of the characters that I didn't get a chance to play in Tekken 7 at all, since I really wasn't a huge Tekken fan back then, but if she would come into Tekken 8, I would definitely give her a try to see if I actually enjoy her. I remember when they teased her and showed off her gameplay trailer and they mentioned that she was the Prime Minister of Poland. I was like, what the f is Harada on? Like, who at the office thought, yeah, we should make the Prime Minister of Poland throw hands? That is probably one of the most randomest things I've ever heard when it comes to making a fighting game character. But the execution was actually pretty cool, and she seemed like she was a lot of fun, to the point that she was probably one of the better looking and more exciting DLC characters to come within Tekken 7. Now this next one should be no surprise to anyone. I honestly don't think there is one soul that's a Tekken fan that would be upset if Armor King returns in Tekken 8. It's honestly tradition at this point that if King is in the game, Armor King has to be right there with him. These guys are literally the two sides of the same coin, so I very much expect Armor King to return in Tekken 8 in some point without a doubt. I mean, if we're going to be honest, Armor King is a lot cooler than regular King anyway. AA, don't shoot the messenger. That's just what I've been hearing. That's what they've been telling me. I mean, just look at his design. You're not going to tell me that this isn't one of the best Tekken designs and this character is peak. Alright, now this next one is definitely a biased one. I need my man Bob to return in Tekken 8. Bob was one of the first characters I ever played when first getting into Tekken, and he was actually my first main because I just thought that he was mad cool. Like, I've never seen a big boy within any fighting game smooth like Bob, and not even just in any fighting game, but just in video games in general. And the fact that he has style with his fighting and combos just made him even more fun than I ever expected. Honestly, don't know how the Tekken community feels about Bob at all, but I think that he definitely deserves a chance to return within the roster. I also wonder if they'll ever bring back Slim Bob by any chance. I definitely love Fat Bob a lot more than Slim Bob, but I think Slim Bob was kind of an interesting concept that I just kind of wonder if they'll ever do it again. But regardless, bring my man Bob back. Now, before we wrap up this video and get into my final prediction, I want to give 2 honorable mentions. These two characters are fan favorites in the series, and they do look like pretty interesting characters, but I just didn't have enough room to include them in my official list, but I could at least just mention them so you guys know who they are.
Julia Chang, Lei Wulong.
Julia and Lee will be great picks for Tekken 8. Again, I'm not familiar with these characters at all, but from the gameplay that I've seen from them, both of them look really fun. Surprisingly, the more I look at Tekken's roster, the cooler characters look to me. Originally, I had an issue with Tekken that not too many characters interested me because they just didn't seem cool to me, but after actually learning a bit more about Tekken and actually understanding the game a bit more, I go back and look at some characters that didn't have me so much interested within the game, and I actually see that, wow, these are actually some pretty cool characters. They're actually a lot cooler than I thought. And both Julia and Lee are definitely examples of that, and I actually would give them a try if they would to return in Tekken. But we're just gonna have them as honorable mentions because the next character I'm going to mention is one that undeniably should be returning.
Kunimitsu.
I would love for Kuni to come back within Tekken. Kuni is a character that doesn't need any hyping up really, because we all know how insane she is and how popular she is. But I would actually like them to do something a bit different. I like the thing that they did with Eddy, that when they developed him, they actually did an alteration of his moveset to make him play differently than what he has in the past, and I would love them to do something similar with Kunimitsu. Now, of course, when doing this, they definitely should pull in some fan favorite moves from our current kit, but I would love to just see them reimagine the character within Tekken 8. Honestly, I don't have a specific reason why I want this, but I think that they will probably just make the character even more insane if they got the chance to redo everything about her. I mean, come on, Kuni is a ninja character, and ninja characters are always just cool no matter honestly what you do with them. I know we got characters like Raven that essentially fits the ninja archetype, but there's so many ways that you can create a ninja character that regardless, Kuni would be forever welcome within a Tekken roster regardless. And that's my list. These are all the characters that I want to return within Tekken 8, whether it's this Season 1 DLC pass or if it's within the next few seasons of the game's life. Tekken 8 is going to be around for a long time, so I'm pretty sure we're going to get at least 3 to 4 seasons of DLC characters, which I cannot wait to see who they add in. Of course, we're probably going to get some brand new characters that we've never seen before, as well as much expected, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, some guest characters to appear as well. But that's all I got for you guys in this video. I appreciate all the love and support you guys have been providing for me with all my Tekken 8 content, and I hope you guys continue to enjoy the videos. Remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and also comment down below what will be your prediction list or your wish list for the Tekken 8 DLC. It can be regarding Season 1 or future seasons, however you want to format it. I just want to see all the characters you guys want to return in the comments below. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.